Today's story is called It's Ramadan, Curious George. It's illustrated by Mary O'Keefe Young, written by Hannah Khan. Today's story is read by my special guest reader, Mrs. Salamatu Mohammed.
A special month. George can't wait for tomorrow. When the month of Ramadan will start. It's a special time of the year for his friends, and George is going to take part. George and Karim are so busy helping to cook and bake sweets, with a good little monkey joining in. Soon, there's a pile of treats. Karim is going to try fasting, a day without food or drinks. George is curious. Can Karim do it? He will need some help, George thinks. Day of fasting. George is asleep in his bed when Karim's alarm starts to beep. Karim wakes up for an early meal, though the sun is still fast asleep. Later, when it's lunchtime, Karim reaches for a piece of bread. Wait, no food until sundown. George keeps him busy instead. What is the sound George is hearing? It's a rumbling from Karim's tummy. George drags him away from the kitchen. Whatever it's cooking smells yummy. Waiting for sunset. Everyone gathers together as the sun begins to set. The minutes tick by slowly. It still isn't dark enough yet. Finally, it's time to breakfast. Karim snacks on a sweet date. Then he takes a big gulp of milk as George loads more treats on his plate. I did it, George, cheers Karim. George nods. Yes, he's glad to be there. The room is filled with happiness and the peaceful sound of prayer. It's dinner time. Now it's time to eat dinner. The spread on the table looks great. With something special for everyone, this meal was worth the wait. Look at all the great choices: kebabs, curry, veggies, and rice. George spots a big pizza and takes a hot cheesy slice. Now that the meal is over, the best treat has been saved for last. Chocolate dipped bananas to celebrate Karim's first fast. Sharing with others. Karim invites George to the mosque. They gather to do a good deed. Together they make food baskets to share with others in need. Wow! Look at George join in the action. He knows how to lend a hand. And when he spies a shelf full of shoes, George comes up with a plan. No, George, the Imam says with a laugh. Those shoes belong to us here. But you gave me a great idea. We'll add a clothes drive next year. Spotting the moon. Ramadan is almost over. The special month will end soon. George and the man search the sky to catch a glimpse of the moon. There it is, George points. He found it, a thin crescent shining bright. Tomorrow is the Eid festival, but the celebration will start tonight. Karim gives George a gift. New clothes for Eid, he says. It's a fancy vest for George, and for the man, a yellow fez. An Eid celebration. Happy Eid. The holiday is here. The mosque is busy and loud. Everyone is dressed in their finest. What a good-looking crowd. George greets Karim with a hug and spends the day with his friend. After hours of feasting and fun, they are sad Eid has to end. But soon it's time to go home. As the moon returns to the skies, George thinks of his first Ramadan and smiles as he closes his eyes.